Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Shrewsbury Town reporter Lewis Cox. Lewis, it's Thursday today. That means that it is forwards today, not strikers. Forwards.
Because we're getting the wide men in.
We're going to tilt the wide men. Let's talk about Sean Whalley first, then.
Yeah. Now the longest serving player after Matt Sadler has left the club. He's in my opinion, is the best attacker at the club. He's just got everything, really, in terms of being a creative force. He beats men, makes things happen. He always never less than 100%, trying to do it for Town, and a great affinity with the club. It was brilliant news that they tied him down to a new contract quite early in the summer, actually, really early. Got him a new 2-year deal. I think he's 31 now. Going into his 5th season at the club. And is that your phone?
Is it?
I don't know. Weird sound.
I'll check now.
As you were. No, I don't think it was.
No, I don't think it was either.
It wasn't. It was a strange noise.
The beast of Shrewsbury Town lives among us.
This is block 19. So if you want to break into an away fan tour,
these are rowdies, yeah.
Yeah, these wind up the away fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did see them in the Wolves game, actually, giving it a little bit crazy. Yeah. I like it.
As you were. Whalley's managed to tie him down. Great news, really great news. And he's interestingly, Sam Rickett's in this 3-4-3 sort of system it doesn't allow for natural wingers because you play wing backs, but Whalley's been able to adapt for a lot of the time. He's been like a number 10 behind the strikers. At times he's been one of 2 centre forwards. So it'll be interesting to see how we see Whalley adapt next season, what exact role he'll play, because he does need to be in the team. He needs to be one of the first names on the team sheet. Where does it leave the other wingers? Your Alex Gileads and Aloisas. That's the question. I certainly expect at least one of them to be here next season. And what role are they just going to play a role from the bench where the manager changes system if it's not working and chucks a winger on, or can they adapt into midfield or a striker? I'm not really sure, but it'd be interesting to see.
The main man himself, Okunbiri.
Yes, top scorer, young player of the season. 2 hat-tricks. Yes. Oh, great signing.
Yeah.
From
one on the losing side, incredibly.
Less said about that Bradford away
nightmares over that
Tuesday night. Yeah, I was ill that night as well. It was.
I think a lot of people, Town fans who travelled, were sick. Not just you.
I'm not sure if it was a performance that maybe it was a pre-match pie.
But he's got a bit something, hasn't he?
Yeah, he credit to where it's due to John Askey. Last summer he was John Askey's first signing. Quite early in the window from Dagenham in the conference, where he top scored for Dagenham. Of course, most people of a Shrewsbury Town persuasion didn't really know anything about him. He did a bit for England C as well, and it took him a while to get in the team here, which was the weird thing. John Askey signed him. He was scoring in all these cup games, reserve games, all of this, but I think Askey didn't feel he was quite ready to play league football, and fans were calling for him, and it wasn't until Askey was sacked and Danny Coyne and Eric Ramsey played Okunbiri, and all of a sudden he goes and scores in 5 games on the spin, and he's ended up 16 goal top scorer in all comps. Some effort for a 22-year-old, maybe 23. If even attracted the interest of Sunderland in January. 23. Thanks. Good to see you done your. Attracted Sunderland's interest in January. Obviously they were after a striker and tried for Faye. Rightly, Shrewsbury kept him, and I hope I've done a story with Ricketts saying that Fajiri could be the main man next season, and sort of the strikers are built around him, because he deserves it. He's really got something. He's a natural finisher.
Amadi Holloway.
Amadi Holloway. Well, either or. Amadi Holloway. He joined last summer on a permanent deal, I should say, from Oldham, and he's not got the best goals record in his career, which is tough for a striker. Clearly, he offers a lot else. He's a big lad, really powerful. On his day, he's a brute and will move any defender out of the way to win headers. It's just that's his forte. He'll score a couple of goals for you, but he will change things in your favour by doing that. He come on a couple of times and won man of the match awards for dominating defenders at the end. So the manager rates him, says for what he does, he's one of the best going in the league. Doesn't score enough, so he got to improve on that. If he obviously wants to kick on and continue his football league career, still a fairly young guy. Interesting one to see if he's here next season. Like a lot of these players we've talked about all week, all under contract.
Angle,
of course, Lee Angle. Yeah. Of course, doesn't mean they're going to be here next season, does it? Lee Angle's I suppose a special example in that he was out of the team, sent out on loan in January to Lincoln, barely got in the team there, and all of a sudden he's back here under contract. And you'd think for all parties' sake, I'll just discuss it in tomorrow's video. I'm sure such a big squad is here. They want to get a few of these guys out that aren't in the plans, clearly. So we'll see on those. But again, a theme of the week: loans. Tyrese Campbell from Stoke.
Yeah, massive goals. Yeah,
son of Kevin. Kevin became an adopted Salopian through the season. Premier League Arsenal legend. He was at all the games. He was in the away end, like cheering with fans. It was quite strange, tweeting about games and stuff. Tyrese Campbell, class actor, really. He's got a big future. It was easy to see. I think Shrewsbury played Stoke in the FA Cup, and Tyrese had an impact in both games. Set up a late equaliser here. And then in the replay at the Britannia, or the Bet365 I should say, scored twice.
We'll look to get him back, do you think?
I think they'd like to. I think they'd like to, because his goals arguably saved the season.
Sure.
I played a big part. He scored some big goals, to win 3 points. I think possibly not. I think he's going to have it was a surprise he came in Jan. It was a big loan he secured on deadline day that Ricketts didn't think would happen. Played a big part. I expect him to have a go at Stoke in the Champ next season.
Do you think? But if he hasn't, and he's liked it, and he's liked his time, and he's playing, he's scoring goals rather than just proving himself at another club, it might be an attractive proposition.
I don't disagree.
If he isn't in Stoke's plans.
Or does he want to choose a League One big hitter that are going to, dead certs to shoe him for a promotion chaser, that kind of thing, or will he come back here? You're right. It'd be a great deal for him, great deal for Town certainly. But I expect him to have a bit of a go with Stoke. Maybe be one of Stoke's 4 centre forwards next season.
So going forward, striking wise, do they need to sign 1 or 2? Do you feel?
Yeah. Links this summer. Daniel Udo of Telford's top scorer last season, 26 goals I think for the Bucks. We understand him to be on Ricketts' radar, and there's a good chance, I'm led to believe, in that one coming off. Can't expect
20 goals, but of course, it's a massive step up, isn't it?
And be first choice. Fajiri,
but someone like Andy Cook's done well, hasn't he? Coming from non-league, and he scored goals for Walsall, so it can be done. It's just you need to scout them properly.
Fajiri proved it coming in from the conference. Obviously, this is a step below, and you've got to weigh up. Is it a risk? Is it too much of a jump for him? He can come in and start the season as Fajiri did, not a first choice, coming off from the bench, playing in the cup games, and work his way in. And I've watched him play for Telford. He's a good size, big lad, powerful, good finisher.
Oh, big boy.
Yeah,
big boy. Not going to mess with him.
I didn't think he was like that, but yeah, he's an exciting player, ex Crew Academy. So that could be a good one, but I doubt they'll stop there. I think there'll be another.
Sure.
Centre forward they go. We talked about Amadi Holloway offering that different threat in the air. They've got Okunabiri still, who's a goal scorer, possibly Udo. I think there's we don't know who's going to stay with Angle and things like that, but I think there's probably room for Lionel John Lewis is injured, being offered a contract. There's room for another centre forward, and
everybody wants 15-20 goals from a striker, don't they? Not just Shrewsbury. There's a lot of other clubs, and sometimes it comes down to money.
We talked about Ricketts' contacts earlier in the week, and I think it wouldn't surprise me to see him use those there to either one of his former clubs or clubs he has contact with in the top flight to get a top rated sort of young up and coming player in. But from my point of view, you get someone who scored goals in League One before, you're halfway there kind of thing, but they cost money, don't you? You just mentioned goal scorers cost the most, don't they? And if it'd take a big offer for Town to do that, I don't think they'd be necessarily scared of doing that, but it's who's available, isn't it? And whether you can persuade them to come along. I think there's certainly room to manoeuvre. I'd say two new strikers in, maybe, which is what we all want to see.
Absolutely, big summer ahead. That concludes our forwards review. Tomorrow we shall have the manager or managers.